Here, in 1837, Ygnacio Palomares and Ricardo Vejar founded Rancho de Palomares. In the center of the Pomona Valley, the prosperous rancho was the first settlement in what is now Pomona. The industrial and commercial life of the valley began here in this small store and blacksmith shop. Today, new pioneering forces are at work in Pomona. A committee from Pomona's Central Business District, the City Planning Commission, and the City Council started planning 10 years ago, aware that cities must continually rebuild to meet the needs of their population. The committee recognized the problem of a progressively deteriorating commercial district with the vitality of the central business area depleted through suburban decentralization. Gradually, a whole revitalized core area was conceived. The key to this concept hinged on the retail district problem. With the legal precedent set by the California Assessment District Act of 1913 and the California Vehicle Parking District Act of 1943, city officials and local businessmen began seeking permissive legislation at the city and state levels to create a pedestrian mall. Actually, the groundwork for the downtown rejuvenation began with off-street parking and excess road planning. Since 1950, some 1,300 spaces have been provided and 3 landscaped railroad underpasses to the heart of the city have become a reality. Government and free enterprise cooperated for the next step. The one person to design the new 2nd Street image was Pomona's native son, the internationally known artist-designer Millard Sheets. For many years, Mr. Sheets had expressed concern for the need for a rejuvenation of Pomona's core area, including the concept of a pedestrian mall. It seemed only natural that his talent should be chosen to effect her rehabilitation. On April 24th, 1962, ground is broken. This was a dramatic culmination of the Pedestrian Mall Act of 1960 and the establishment of the Pomona Mall Assessment District by all of those who own property along 2nd Street. Mayor James Baker started the machines rolling along 9 blocks of Old 2nd Street that were to create Millard Sheets' dream of the marriage of art and beauty with utility. Mr. Sheets approached his commission with a vigor and dedication which is tied to his social philosophy that a city or a nation must continue to build, since either or both can die through lack of concern, lack of imagination, or lack of interest. The cost of the mall, $640,000, has been borne by the property owners in the assessment district. In addition, individual property owners have committed $1.5 million towards the renovation of their business properties. The essential ingredients of the mall consists of alternating strips of black cement, aggregate concrete, with planters of native stone. In these planters are specimen shrubs and trees of unique variety. During the construction of the mall, new leases for existing increased more in 3 months than they had in the preceding 3 years. Home Savings and Loan has under construction a $2.5 million building at the center of the mall. As an integral part of Mr. Sheets' plan for bringing beauty to the commercial area, he incorporated works of contemporary artists. atmosphere, like that of the old town square, makes it a center for community and civic activities. Its management has been vested in a Citizens Mall Commission for the coordination of its many functions. The energy and vision of this community's people guarantees the further development of this city of promise. Pomona is a city that has its plan for the future well in hand.
Chairman of the Vehicle Parking District Number 1 for the mall. The lively and inviting atmosphere we are creating here already is reflected in our business return. Briefly, in the past year, new construction along the mall has amounted to $7 million. Repair and improvements are planned in the amount of $1,500,000. And commercial receipts in the stores are up substantially over last year. We have made a good investment in our community, one that will bear unlimited returns during the years ahead, not the least of which will be that beauty of city for the environment that our children will grow up in. Each generation must give to the next a substitute for that which they use up. It is our offering to tomorrow's citizens for them to build upon.
I am Mayor James Baker, and this is a future part of our dream for a renaissance downtown here in Pomona. You have seen the part of this dream that is already a reality along the mall, and know that it occurred through the united efforts of Pomona's business leaders, her elected city officers, and mostly through the spirit and energy of the people of this Pomona Valley. We were determined that our problems here would not be delayed. We talked when talking was in order. We planned, and now we are acting. This is the County Courts building, completed in 1958. This is the new Public Safety building, with police, fire, and civil defense, to be completed early in 1963. Here will be the new library, completion date 1964. These major projects will be moved forward to completion so that the new civic center of our old city may continue as the focal point for the civic and social needs of the Pomona Valley area.
I am Grayson Brian, Chairman of the Mall Committee. As in all ventures that require bold planning and a visionary push, the Pomona Mall has had its leaders. Certainly the way would have been much harder without A.T. Richardson and the Progress Bulletin. Fred Wellensick, Burton Fraser, Samuel Gist, Jack Booth, and the many other businessmen along Old 2nd Street must be counted. City officials through the years, City Administrator Fred Sharp, ex-Mayor Arthur Cox, Mayor James Baker, Councilman Richard Brownell, Elaine Hopkins, Pete Geiger, and Vice Mayor Harry Fall. In fact, a progressive Pomona with its renovated center area has been the personal dream of city planners, city officials, the some 100-odd merchants in the core area, and the citizens throughout the city for long years now. And we haven't finished yet. This city, which has always had its identity as the most influential city in East Los Angeles County, continues to maintain its place through a plan for progress, now and in the future.